Hello.
What up? Welcome back to the Demand Better podcast. No music necessary. We want to come right at you because this is season 2, and let's get all the business out of the way. So we are your consumer's guide into health and fitness space. I'm your host, David Corona, and I'm joined by everyone's favorite physio, Dr. Bo Babenko, and he's meeting us from Superior, Colorado. What's up,
We
kid? How
actually
you doing? Been a minute.
we're actually no
We
longer in Superior.
That's right. I forgot.
We are now in Erie, Erie, Colorado.
Like Erie Canal.
hmm
That's Syracuse, New York.
Or Lake Erie of
Just
the
thinking
five
about
Great
that. Okay,
Lakes.
that's well played. Let's get the business out of the hand. We are sponsored by Fit Care Physiotherapy and Wellness, where the idea is to focus on your fitness so you can avoid the healthcare space. This is episode 1 of season 2. And let me tell you, I couldn't be more excited to be with all of you joining us. I know you've been waiting. We've had a lot going on since our last episode. So, Bo, what's up? Tell them that you moved, you did a whole bunch of stuff, some stuff,
Got a little baby, got a little 18-week-old baby. No biggie. Maha's a champion of all that. Yes, and this is our new home. Looking out, we got some snow. I was just talking to you before we went on. It was 9 degrees here, I believe. So yeah, it's but yes, brand new home, new build. Here we are. We're just setting stuff up, so everything's a little crazy. I'm not sure how the acoustics are. How do I sound?
You sound absolutely fabulous, my friend.
Ooh. And thank you, Patrick, my old sensei from Seagate, Patrick Madden. Congratulations. Appreciate it. Thank you for listening.
Patrick?
Yes, sir. So yeah, everything's been good. Staying busy, travel, passports, all the things, man. A lot going on. You had your travel. Tell us about Aruba. You were there for 8 days.
Yeah, I went to Aruba. We went to our yearly hangout. My lovely girlfriend Abby and I went there, and a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to talk to you all about before we start our season of all these guests we're going to be bringing in. But listen, man, the training and what I saw in Aruba, a bit to be desired, my friend. A bit to be desired. There's a lot of people out there that think they're helping themselves, and in the end, they are actually hurting themselves without even knowing it. But what am I to say about that? Other than I think people should demand better for themselves in the end of this, because we've been doing this thing now for a year. And, the main focal point of the Demand Better podcast is pretty simple. We're going to be your consumer's guide. We're going to guide you to where you need to go. And we really, really want to empower you. And this isn't about us uplifting ourselves. It's about uplifting you guys and giving you our experience and passing that on forward, because I've been in the fitness business for well over 30 years. Bo's been in the fitness business for over 20 now, right?
2001, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, so it's over 20. You got 50 years of experience here. And listen, we're not your normal people. We're not out there telling you do this, do that. There's a process and a way to go about this. And what I saw in Aruba is, other than the beautiful sand and beautiful sun and everything and the beautiful people.
If you're listening to this, you got to go see the video to see Corona's beautiful tan.
Oh, dude, I'm looking splendid. But with that being said, I will say this: there were people there working out, and it's a lot to be desired, man. Because I love that people are actually making the effort to go take care of themselves. But it's like the beginning of the year, guys. It's real simple. We talked about New Year's resolutions last year. And when we talked about New Year's resolutions last year, we said to you, if you don't have a plan, you're going to fail. And just like clockwork, when I returned back from Aruba, the gyms were empty. That's 6 weeks into the year. And what that means is that people have settled in and they said, I can't do this. And I don't think you've given yourself a true shot. What are your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time, right? That motivation does not last. And getting a plan in place is really the key, which is, again, I've shifted my business over the years to only work with folks who want to commit to a long-term process. If they're coming to me to get out of pain, we could do that. 30 minutes, I can help you move better. I can get you out of pain. But we got to put a plan in place for the next 30 days. And then we got to look ahead to the next 30 years. And if we're not doing that, you're just wasting time. And I 100% agree with you. I hate wasted time. I hate seeing people in the gym just, who we don't know everyone's journey, so it's hard to
Sure.
make assumptions. But when I see folks again on the elliptical reading a magazine, again, maybe that's what they need, but could they be doing something more useful? If I see that and their body's not changing over the course of a year, and they've just been in there and they've probably put in 100 hours on the elliptical, and they've read 100, magazines or watched 100 episodes of The View or whatever. The point is, could they have in that year actually done the things that could have gotten them the results that they actually want, which is feeling better, which is aging lower, right? You're de-aging yourself when you do the right things. And that's where we can start building the right habits. And again, it becomes a tricky sales pitch, right? It's not the way we're supposed to market in this social media age. But I say to somebody, hey, how much would you pay over the course of a year if 1 year from now I could tell you you can hit all the sizes you want in terms of clothing. You're going to have 50 new habits that if you're on board to do this, you're going to be they're going to be just automatic. And that's the point, is we need to set these systems in place. And so all these kind of things, Atomic Habits. I was just listening to a podcast with James Clear from Atomic Habits. Highly recommend that book. And they throw out there that, and Patrick just said again, he agrees with you, Corona, a goal without a plan is just a wish. And that's exactly where I was going, that if we don't plan, if we don't have systems in place, we're always going to fail to the level of our systems. So if your systems are not there, you're going to fail to nothingness, which we see all the time. As you're talking about, we see these New Year's resolutions. And so, I think that we're onto a lot of good stuff here. We just got to keep getting the right folks. And I agree with you. I'm very excited about season 2. We have some awesome guests coming up. We're gonna keep focusing health and wellness for those listening, but we also are diving into a lot of very cool masculinity, masculine, feminine energy type stuff that I think is super duper important to putting the whole picture together of overall health. And how do we again demand better from shoe wear? How do we demand better from again our schedules, our habits? So I'm excited, man.
No, we're in a really, really crazy fun space right now. Because when I was in Aruba, like I said to you before, what I saw a lot of was a lot of people training with apps. And we did that. I believe it was episode 15 that we talked about the ease of fitness on season 1. And look, go back to the systems, go back to our habits, and you kind of just look at stuff. You're going on there, you're looking at something. If you don't know how to make a movement occur, if you don't know how to do a row appropriately, you could be hurting yourself. And this isn't an easy game. We're trying to empower you to get from point A to point B by doing things appropriately and being efficient. This isn't about us promoting ourselves in the sense of this is everything. We want you to succeed. We got 50 years of habits, 50 years of experience in this field that has got us here. I can guarantee you there's a lot of people out there in this industry that don't like me because I'm not really promoting or going after what they're doing. And I don't agree with some of the stuff they're doing. I want people to be fit. I want people to be healthy. And that's why we're talking we're diving. Listen, guys, we're diving into a lot this year. We're going to be diving into a lot this year. God willing, we're going to have a Heisman Trophy winner on here with us to be talking about masculinity. It's insane what we're going into. And we're going to continue to push the envelope for the betterment of all you guys and for giving you guys the best information we can. Listen, Dr. Bo is one of the best at what he does, straight up. I love him to death. He's one of the best at what he does. And what we're trying to do is give you not just our knowledge, but to give you the expertise and a game plan to win the game or to be a participant in the game and to excel. And that's all we care about coming into this. I had a great time, even though I love watching people exercise and they're out there doing it. I just want you to do it the right way. And I just want you to succeed, because the root of people's failure isn't the exercise. It's the plan that's supporting the goal that you have. And until we start addressing what our goal is and then making a plan to support that goal, you're going to be unsuccessful every single time. So this year's going to be fun, man. I can't wait. Just totally can't wait. Totally excited. Patrick, glad you're with us. It's going to be
another little thumbs up to your little rant right there.
Yeah, it's going to be a great season. It's going to be a great season. And we're kicking it off today. And I'm just freaking excited, man.
I want to know what Patrick's drinking and that he's cheersing in his Facebook there. Something.
Patrick's a good-looking dude. He's got a beautiful woman with him. He's doing great. Patrick's doing great today.
And you did say Heisman Trophy winner. He was a runner-up, unfortunately.
Runner-up. I'm sorry. Runner-up. But I like to elevate him because he's a good guy.
just want to be accurate for the record.
That's correct.
And speaking of that, I do think to a lot of what we're talking about here, I want to throw this concept out that you and I were talking offline is making perfect the enemy of good, but also what is that critical mass of good where, again, in fitness, in weight loss, in wellness and health, we're seeing, again, just this epidemic and it's hard to use that word with pandemic and corona virus, not corona, David. So we do want to be careful with using that term. But here's a thing I want to throw out there that I've been, I think we're going to see, and I keep talking to people, and I've been connecting with a lot more doctors recently here in Boulder, Golden, Colorado, as I'm building my business here locally, is talking about the fact that I think we're going to see a huge epidemic of decreased muscle mass. We talk about one of your favorite sayings that I stole from Dr. Gabrielle Lyon, but you'll give me credit for, I'll take all the credit, but is that muscle is the organ of longevity. And she talks about this too. I want to give her the due credit, is that we are going to see an epidemic of aging folks. And we talked about aging also in this whole grand scheme. And we're going to be seeing a lot more osteoporosis, osteopenia. People are just not chasing the right. And the science is clear. Sometimes it can be boring and sexy cells. And we're trying to find that balance between, what does the science say? It's pretty clear when you can talk to a scientist, you can talk to, and I know that term also gets all sorts of controversy around it too, but you could talk to anyone in the health and wellness space, and they're probably going to agree on 90% of things. You can talk to a vegan, you can talk to a vegetarian, you can talk to a carnivore person, a paleo person, a CrossFitter, and they're probably going to all agree, even though they seem like they're coming from very different things. We can get into the politics of Democrats, Republicans, whatever. But at the end of the day, they probably agree on some of the things. Like, we all want to be living a better life. How we get there might be the debate. The same thing with politics is, do we need the government intervention? Do we trust the people? Again, without going too far down that rabbit hole, but don't let perfect be the enemy of good is one of the things I really like to say. And, that comes back to what I think you're talking about, of seeing other people fitnessing, making fitness happen. And do they need to have the perfect plan? No, but can we find a good plan where right now they're probably wasting time? And so there's a lot there. So here's Patrick with another tidbit. There's a saying, practice makes perfect. I tell my students, perfect practice makes perfect. I don't know. And I remember this, and that is something I absolutely say as well. Perfect practice makes perfect, meaning doing a technique properly as well. We all agree. Great information. Thank you again, Patrick.
You brought something up to me. We did it offline. When I'm going to look at it, he said the heaviest weight at the gym is the front door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you're going to enter the front door, and most people don't find working out is fun. I'll tell you point blank. There's not every single day I go into the gym that I'm enjoying myself, but it's a consistency level that you need to actually be successful. Some days are going to be good, some days are going to be bad. It all depends on how you live your life. But the get in the gym is great. I just want you to succeed. I want you to have longevity. We talked about this before, where healthy at any weight. Not true. I don't agree with it. Sorry. There's no healthy at every weight. There are people who are overweight who don't want to do or can't, or maybe I don't know what the issue is, but they're not there. And we need to get a baseline that we all understand is healthy. And healthy isn't six-pack abs either. It's not. So we got to really get it, because I'll tell you this year, as you know, Bo knows I'm 54. I'll be 55 this year. Look.
Double nickels.
But I know a lot of friends of mine who are suffering now, and they're in their 50s. And it's, man, it's just too hard. I worked with a woman in Aruba because she had knee pain, and I got her out of pain. Just like Bo said, we can get you out of pain. We don't want you to stay in pain.
Right.
And as we progress, and I'm being adamant about it, because this year there's no more. This is our first season. This is our season, our second season, and we want to deliver, and we're going to deliver for you guys. We just want you to be where you need to go. Remember, as Bo said, the heaviest weight in the gym is the front door. And if you're going to enter the front door, get the appropriate teachings that you need. If you need a trainer, you go to episode 1, season 1. It tells you how to find a trainer. If you need a physiotherapist, episode 2, season 1. We've already provided you some of this, and we're going to dive deeper into these topics as we progress, because we are like you guys, we are progressing in our knowledge points, and we're getting more information, and the more information we get, we will pass that on to you. Just excited, man. Just so excited.
Yeah, I think it shows. And I did want to show Patrick, since he's on there. It's my Coney Island, which is where he was my sensei when I was in junior high school back in Seagate. So Coney Island, got my, I didn't realize I had my my hoodie on there from doing a 5K. But yeah, I think we can wrap it up there. Again, a lot of exciting stuff, guys. We'd love to hear from you, folks like Patrick, and he's excited. Awesome. So we hope to be launching these a little more regularly.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks is the plan. So again, help us grow, guys. Share with someone. Send it directly to them, someone you think will benefit. Go back to season 1. Again, we want to revisit some of those concepts as well of, again, how do we get personal trainers to step up their game? You know, we're not going to be changing the way the system is run, but you know, we can't change accreditations. We can't change things like that. But again, if you're listening and you start realizing, hey, like, what are this guy's certifications? He's a 25-year-old guy who has a six-pack, and I don't want to just pick on that one stereotype, but you know, what is his understanding of anatomy, of physiology, whereas someone like David Corona might charge more than that 25-year-old, but he's got 30 more years of experience. So you know, we just had a handyman here, $85 an hour, which is a lot. Like, I don't trust myself to put a nail in the wall right now, guys. So I do own a house now, so maybe I should learn. I know it's not that hard, although you might smash a finger, I guess. But anyway, let's wrap it up there.
But before we wrap it up, let's just remind people, because I always want to make sure we get this all out. We are sponsored by Fit Care Physiotherapy and Wellness, where the idea is to focus on your fitness so you can avoid the healthcare space. Listen, it's going to be a fun freaking year, guys. I cannot wait for what we have delivering for you. Patrick, thank you for joining. For all those people out there, thank you for joining. By the way, I will lighten up eventually, but we got nothing but love for you. You demand better, people. Demand better. And Patrick?
Oos.
Oos.
Oos.